Welcome to Konya Municipality. I am Professor Dr. Erkan Turkmen, who has been working on Rumi for the last 45 years in Konya. As you know, Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi came from Balkh, Central Asia. His father brought his ideas. He was brought up there, the ideas that are spread out in India, Pakistan, Iran, all over the world. I will not talk about other works of his, only his Mathnawi. Mathnawi is a great work that Rumi presented to the world and got fame because of that. Actually, what's Mathnawi? Mathnawi is written in the same meter. Fa'ilatun, fa'ilatun, fa'ilun, dumda dumda, dumda dumda, dumda dum. So it goes like that. It is unchangeable, rhythmic kind of work. But I don't want to talk about the meters and all that details, but I want to go to the ideas. What does he want to tell people? And why he wrote Mathnawi? As a matter of fact, Mathnawi is the reflection of the Quran and is based on the tradition of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he started, I have seen two verses, very important one, in his Diwan-e-Kabir. One is, let me read it for you. Garde kafsh khawk paye Mustafa ra surmasaz ta nabashi ruz hash as jumla kalirios. So yeah, make colorium out of the dust of Muhammad's shoes, so that you may not be a part of Caligarious group on the last day of judgment. Go and choose sayings of Prophet Muhammad and trust God's commands, even if you are an Arab, Turk, or Sarakanos. In these verses, he uses two Greek words. One is kalirios, which means the Papa of Christianity, and the second one is Sarakanus, which means a Badawi, Arab. And in the second verses that I found in Diwan-e-Kabir is Man bandai Qur'an magar jan daram, man khawk dar Muhammad mukhtaram. As long as I live, I'm the slave of the Holy Quran. I am dust of the Supreme Muhammad's gate. If anyone narrates my ideas out of this frame, I dislike him and his ideas. Okay, now let's pass to the first 18 verses of Rumi, which he wrote himself. The rest of the verses were written by his good friend Hüsamettin Çelebi, and this begins like this. Sorry. بشنوید نی چون شکایت می کند از جدایی ها حکایت می کند. Listen to this flute while it is complaining the story of separation from God. It is explaining or telling. The thing is, this metaphor of the ney, which is in my hand at the moment, he is using it as a metaphor, because in the Quran, God says, I created human being and then I blew my breath into him. Similar things are found in the Bible. So man is not only based living being in this body, but also something else, or the breath of God, which is the Spirit of God. As the Quran says, نَفَخْتُهُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي, I created human being and blew my breath into it. So breath is a trust which the man is carrying with him. So we have two things in this body. The physical body, which is found of the physical phenomena, the physical things around us. We love it because we are a physical body. But we are ignoring another thing, which is the spirit, which is given to us by God, and is a trust in us. We must also realize this. So he says, Bishnoi ne chun shikayat, it is complaining that why as judai it's separated from the origin of where it was before. که از نیستان تا مرا ببریده‌اند در نفیرم مرد و زن نالیده‌اند. Ever since I have been plucked from my real ground, men and women all cry with my yearning sound. They all take interest in me, whether they are believer or non-believers. They take interest in me. Some take it as for the physical purposes, listen to my beautiful music, enjoy, make dance. Or some listen to it just for the love of God, by yearning Him. Sinachaham, but Rumi says, I means the Nay himself, or Rumi. Sinachaham sharhe sharhe asfarak. But to understand my story of love with God, one has to have a perforated chest like the Nay. Tabiguyam sharhe dardeshte. Only that breast can understand my story of love. Not everybody can understand me. هر کسی که دور ماند از اصل خویش باز جوید روزگار وصل خویش. He who falls away from his origin seeks a new way to find him again, which means the body cannot find original consolation because he is made of two things. The physical body, if you live only in the physical body and ignore the spiritual body, you can never be really happy. This is the whole story that Rumi had put in his Mathnawi, enriching with fables and that kind of things. And then Rumi continues, من به هر جمعیت نالان شدم جفت بدحالان و خوشحالان شدم. Khushhalan and Badhalan, it means that the believers and non-believers of God, both kind of company, enjoy my voice, my music. But it means the life is also the same. You enjoy it either for physical pleasures or you enjoy it for spiritual purposes. Har kasi az zann khud, this is very remarkable verse which Rumi is saying. Everyone from his opinion tried to be my friend. They didn't discover my secrets inside me. This is his complaint. Har kasi az zann khud shud yaur man, as darun man na just israr man. They didn't look for the secrets I'm carrying behind my body. Sirr man az naule man dur nist, although my secret is not hidden from the painful cries. Leek chashmo gushra anur, but not everybody has those ears and eyes or that light to see the hidden spiritual side of the body. Then tanza jano janza tan mastur nist, leeki kasra did jan dastur nist. The soul and the body are not hidden from each other. But not many people have that ear and eyes. Ateş است این بانگ نی و نیست باد هر که این آتش نداره نیست باد. The breath of the flute is not the simple blow as we see. It is the fire which has gone into the flute, which means that in the body when you love God so much, I mean very much, then it changes into fire that burns you and the people who listen to you. This was Rumi. Rumi, when he talked, everybody cried, fell in love with him. So he became a real dervish, a very rich dervish. Okay, Atishesh Kaskandar, okay, this is the fire that takes you. Ne harife harke az yauri burid pardahash pardahai maduri. The flute is friend for those who lose their companions. Our chest is also perforated like the flute divisions. this means that, in other sense, flute and lover of God is used as metaphor. It's not because Rumi is in love with flute or anything or sound, but he's in love with God. And he sees that if you have the flute, then you have a blower, naturally. And blower is God here, which I already said from the Quran. Okay, then he says, who has ever seen an antidote and poison like the flute? Flute depends on your listening. Either it can be poison for you if you use it for physical purposes, or it can be a great sympathizing friend with you when you listen to it from the mind of divine sound. You know, we are captive of this physical brain, and we don't see anything else other than this brain shows us. But Rumi is inviting us to break through and get to the non-dimensional feelings. That's what the point is. Very important. You cannot live for eating, for richness. You know, you are a great man, things like that. Ego, self-centeredness. You live also for something which is behind your body. You must discover it. Dar ghamima, then Rumi says that in my days are passing because of our sorrows. We have lost the sense of time, and our days have accompanied pains and pine. So let them go. Who cares when God is with me? That's the main point of Mathnawi. When Lord is with you, don't worry about anything. In the Quran, God says, فَلَا خَوْفَ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَهُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Oh my God, it's just 8 times in the Quran he says that when I love you and you love me, don't worry about anything. فَلَا خَوْفَ, there is no fear. You cannot suffer any fear or any worries when God is with you. This is the teaching of Mathnawi, the major teaching. So, if the days are passing by, let them pass away. Who cares? O thee, the only wise one, keep with me thy stay. You stay with me, my Lord. And har ke juz mahi, this is another important verse in the 18th verses. If one is not fish, he is soon fed up with water. If you are thirsty, you drink water, then you're fed up. But fish never ever, because fish lives in water. It's his life. When you love God, you live with him, and you cannot live without God. That's the point. در نیابد حال پختا هیچ خام پس سخن کوته باید و سلام. For any immature man, the stage of mature man is high, can't understand, non-comprehensive. So cut a long story short and say to him goodbye. Don't discuss with him. God is there. They won't understand. Thank you very much. We will, inshallah, meet in the next lecture.